Hello, Lafayette family. We are now ready for another episode. It is a beautiful spring day here on campus, and I have somebody very special that I get to introduce you to. So here we go. All right, Lafayette family, I see my next guest. Yes, I'm at Giacomo's, everybody, and that is my friend, Mayor Panto.
Hello, Madam President. You're
Hello,
driving?
Mayor.
Oh my gosh. I'm so privileged.
I heard you might need a lift.
I need a lift.
Come on in.
I haven't had a lift. I've been having a lift all day.
It
I
is-
started out
I'm going to give you a hug, my
this
friend.
morning.
Thanks for coming.
This morning at the Lehigh Valley Partnership
Yep.
meeting up in, where was I at? Up in,
You've been up and about all day, huh?
I'm just getting back to Easton.
There we go. Well, there's no better place to be than Easton.
That's right.
So here we go. All right, we're going to hop in and go over to campus and talk. But tell us why I picked you up here. This is
Well, you
important.
picked us up at where I spent a lot of my hours when my dad and I owned this as Sal's Meat Market for 28 years, from 1976 to 2000. I believe it was 2001, and now there's another Sal in here. Sal runs the place, Sal Famulero. So it means a lot to me. And I lived here for 12 years.
No, great place to pick you up. And,
Yes.
And great place, again, we're going to show everybody how awesome Easton is. Great place to grab a sandwich.
Well, yes, it is.
So I wanted you to join me in the cart for all sorts of reasons, but one of them is because I think when you think college and community together, there is no better example than you, Mayor.
My colleagues around the country know that. I talk about it all the time when I go to U.S. Conference of Mayors, and they give me all their horror stories, and we give them all the collaboration that we're doing, and they're envious.
Well, and I love the idea, and I've been using this word a lot. This is home for all of us, right?
Yes, it is. I know you, and I know you say that all the time. It's now home for you and your family, and
right.
It's home for us, and
That's right.
we all want our home to be safe and clean. And we think the college. When they ask me what's the college do for the city, without the college, we would just be another borough. I mean, we're really a college town, and we pride ourselves on being a college town.
Well, and I love being a college town because it means, you know, and again, I'm using these words really intentionally, we're all neighbors, right? There's our friends. Hi, how you doing? It turns out when you're president and mayor, you get really good service.
Curbside service is something that we used to have for
Thank you.
for COVID, but now we still have it. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Good
How's
to
everything
see
going? How's the owner doing? All right? Tell him I said hello.
You. All right. All right.
Salute.
All right. Cheers. So, Mayor, I grew up, I think you know this, I grew up in Los Angeles.
Yes, you.
So it turns out that my LA driving skills work really well in College Hill. I don't know, and I want to give you some credit here. I don't think people realize how active you are in just the world of mayors, right? All the associations you're at. I mean, you really do give Easton a chance to amplify, and I say this all the time. I think, you know, Lafayette is this college on the hill that needs to shine even brighter. I think Easton is something that needs to keep shining, and you're out there making sure everybody knows. It's great.
I ended, as you notice, I ended my State of the City with the pride of the Red Rover team running out on the field with the Easton flag. I mean, that would have happened 15 years ago, and if there's any legacy that I leave in the city, is going to be that we've restored the pride in our hometown, because it's really important.
You've had two incredible, what I think are two most important jobs on the planet. One is teacher, and the other is mayor. And when you were a teacher, you had our board chair, Bob Sell, in class,
Yes.
so you get all sorts of credit.
And that class that year was a great year. These students were really intelligent, but they were fun. And I loved teaching, and I would go back in a heartbeat. I loved teaching. I still say that was my favorite profession.
I actually went last week to March Elementary School. You're gonna laugh at this one. Again, it's like being a mayor. They told the students I was there to say thank you for coming to inauguration and make sure they know that this is their home, this campus is their campus. And somebody said, the president's coming. I walk in and somebody said, that's not Joe Biden. So I said, I'm the president of the school down the street, not the whole country, just the school down the street. But it's your school too. And thank you for coming to inauguration. But please come anytime, right? I know we're gonna head down to athletics. There's so many ways where we can welcome each other in more than we are, and thinking about how our Lafayette students can help those teachers and everybody lift those students up and make sure that they realize their potential. Right?
You know, the Lafayette students are so genuine when they meet with, like over at the Easton Area Community Center in the West Ward or at the community gardens. They're so genuine with these kids. I enjoy seeing the college students and their parents downtown at the restaurants. If I'm down there, they'll come and say, Mayor, I want to introduce you to my parents. And they can't believe they're being introduced to the mayor. And I say thank you for sending your kids to Lafayette, and thank you for all they do for the city, because they do a lot for the city.
I've seen you at a lot of games, and I will tell you, I will confess, Bill and I actually went with Monica and Matthew. It was our first Thanksgiving on College Hill, and everybody said, you know, we're going to go to every Lafayette home game, we're going to root on our team, but you cannot miss an Easton Peaburg football game. And so there we were, and it was amazing. Tell me about that rivalry and what it means to you.
Well, that rivalry, now over 100 years old, I mean, is really important to the community, the two communities, because not only does it still, at this day and age, attract a lot of people to the stadium, it gets people up here from the city and from the town of Phillipsburg that never were here. And they come up that, you know, wow, this is really nice. And the stadium is a wonderful complex. I mean, this complex is just unbelievable.
But no, I think, look I'm so excited about Coach Troxel because this is home to him, right? He's from Peaburg. He's a Lafayette alum, class of '94. And so, you know, the first time I met him, I threw my arms around him and said, welcome home, right?
Yeah.
And so I can't wait to see how many people he's going to bring home in terms of increasing the energy around our football team, around our student athletes, but also around all of our students. And then behind us is the gym, and I spent some time with you there this past season. Let's talk about Lafayette basketball and what that's been a big part of your life as well, right?
And you included, every president says, Mayor, we got seats for you over here with the backs. So you don't understand. My family, my dad and my brothers and I have been sitting in those same seats since Kirby was built. I love Lafayette basketball. Unfortunately, my schedule doesn't permit me to go to all the games, but sometimes I stay for a half, and sometimes I come in the second half, and then I leave. I think it's good ball.
We are really creating these incredible student athletes that will go on and become mayors and become, you know, captains of industry or poets or legislators, wherever they're going to be. But the magic is happening right here.
A Lafayette degree is something that you will have the rest of your life, and no one can ever deny you the fact that you got through Lafayette. You don't just get through coasting. You have to work.
All right, so I do this with all of my guests. It's time for our little speed round. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, your favorite word is?
Pride.
It's a good word. It's a good word. Makes me feel about Easton. Makes me feel about this
Well,
place.
if you have pride about everything you do, you'll do it well.
That's right. Execute with excellence.
That's right. Very
Yep.
good.
Yep. Favorite song?
Oh, wow. That would have to either be Chicago or Frank Sinatra. I get
There we go. There we go.
Frank Sinatra's My Way.
Yep.
Chicago is Saturday in the Park.
There we go. You got some good taste, Mayor. I like it. We're going to have to go listen to some music together sometime. Last one. When I say Lafayette, the first thing that comes into your head?
Easton.
That's beautiful. I'm very proud to be here, Mayor.
Well, we're glad to have you. Thank you for your leadership up here, because you're providing leadership that this school is going to even excel even more. Appreciate it.
We're going to do it together.
Okay.
We're going to do it together. All
That's
right.
not a problem.